So chapter number 3, that is okay. So we are going to study the summary of the chapter number, that is reproductive health, right? So reproductive health, right? So the reproductive health refers to the to a total well-being in all aspects of reproduction, that is physical, emotional, behavioral, and social. So our nation was the first nation in the world. So India is the first nation in the world to initiate various action plans at national level towards attaining a reproductive healthy society, right? Counseling and creating awareness among people about reproductive organs, adolescence and associated changes, safe and hygienic sexual practices, sexually transmitted infections, STIs, including AIDS, etc., is the primary step towards reproductive health. Now, providing medical facilities and care to the problems like menstrual irregularities, pregnancy-related aspects, delivery, medical termination of pregnancy, STIs, birth control, infertility, postnatal child and maternal management is another important aspect of the reproductive and child health care programs, right? An overall improvement in reproductive health has taken place in our country, as indicated by reduced maternal and infant mortality rates, like early detection and cure of STIs, assistance to infertile couples, etc. So an overall improvement in reproductive health has taken place in our country, as indicated by reduced maternal and infant mortality. So the death of the maternal mother and infant mortality, that is the newborn child mortality rates, so their death is reduced, right? Early detection and cure of STIs, assistance to infertile couples, etc. Improved health facilities and better living conditions. So improved, so what improved health facilities and better living conditions promoted an explosive growth of population. Such a growth necessitated intense propagation of contraceptive methods, right? Various contraceptive options are available now, such as natural, traditional, barrier, IUDs, pills, injectables, implants, surgical methods. So various contraceptive options are available now, such as natural, traditional, barrier, IUDs, pills, then injectables, then implants, surgical methods. Though the contraceptives are not regular requirements for reproductive health, one is forced to use them to avoid pregnancy or to delay or to space the pregnancy. So in what cases it can be taken to either to avoid pregnancy or to delay it or to space the pregnancy, right? So medical termination of pregnancy is legalized in our country. Now it is legalized in our country. MTP is generally performed to get rid of unwanted pregnancy due to rapes, causal relationships, right? As also in cases when the continuation of pregnancy could be harmful or even fatal to either the mother or to the fetus or both. So in three cases the MTP can be done. So uh, to get rid of unwanted pregnancy due to rapes, causal relationships, and also when the continuation of pregnancy could be harmful or even fatal to either the mother or the fetus or both. Now, infections or diseases transmitted through sexual intercourse are called sexually transmitted diseases. So the infections, the infections or diseases transmitted through sexual intercourse, through the sexual intercourse, are called the sexually transmitted diseases. So pelvic inflammatory diseases, that is PIDs, pelvic inflammatory diseases, that is PIDs, stillbirth, stillbirth, that is the birth of the death baby. So stillbirth, then infertility, that is unable to produce babies, infertility are some of the complications of them. So pelvic PIDs, stillbirth and infertility are some of the complications of them. So early detection facilitate better cure of these diseases. If there is early detection, then there is better cure for these diseases. So avoiding sexual intercourse with unknown multiple partners, use of condoms during coitus are some of the simple precautions to avoid contracting STIs. So avoiding sexual intercourse with unknown or multiple partners, so unknown and multiple partners, use of condoms during coitus, these are the simple precautions to avoid contracting STIs. Now Inability to conceive or produce children even after 2 years of unprotected sexual cohabitation is called the infertility. So various methods are now available to help such couples. Inability to conceive or produce children even after 2 years of unprotected sexual cohabitation is called the infertility. Now various methods are available to help such couples. So in vitro fertilization followed by transfer of embryo into female genital tract is one of such method, and is commonly known as the test tube baby program. So in vitro fertilization followed by transfer of embryo into the female genital tract. So in vitro fertilization, so fertilization outside in the lab, and then followed by transfer of embryo into the female genital tract is one such method, and is commonly known as test tube baby program. Now exercises. What do you think is the significance of reproductive health in a society? Suggest the aspects of reproductive health which need to be given special attention in the present scenario. Is sex education necessary in schools, and why? Yes. Do you think that reproductive health in our country has improved in the past 50 years? Yes, it is. If yes, mention some areas of improvement in healthcare sectors, okay, transportation and everything. What are the suggested reasons for population explosion? So suggested reasons for population explosion is improved health societies, improved health facilities, and early detection of STIs and all that. So is the use of contraceptive justifies? Give reasons. Is the use of contraceptives, yes, the use of contraceptives is good to avoid the unwanted pregnancies due to rapes, causal relationships, and even if the continuation of pregnancy could be harmful to the mother or the baby, or to the both. So this is the contraceptives. Or removal of goners can be considered as a contraceptive options. It is like type of like sterilization, that is vasectomy and tubectomy. So removal of goners cannot be considered as a contraception option. Why? So amniocentesis for sex data, remember this line, removal of goners cannot be considered as a contraceptive option. That's it. Amniocentesis for sex determination is banned in our country. Is this ban necessary? Comment. Yes, it is necessary because it is now preventing the fetal feticides, right? Female feticides. So amniocentesis for sex determination in ban our country. Okay, but it was legalized with the strict actions in 1972, I think. MTP. Okay. So now suggest some methods to assist infertile couples to have children. So IVF, in vitro fertilization, then IVF in vivo fertilizations. There so IVF in vitro fertilization has the application of test tube baby program, then early transfer of embryo into the female genital tract. So early embryo or up to the 8 blastomeres into the female fallopian tube, or so GI. So this is known as the so this is the embryo transfer. Or if more than 8 blastomeres, that is more than 8 or 16, it is transferred to IUT, that is intrauterine transfer. Okay, so this is it. Then gamete intrafallopian transfer, gift, then gift. Okay, so what are the measures one has to take to prevent from contracting STDs? To avoid sex with the multiple partners and unknown partners, and to always use the condoms during the intercourse. Okay, and avoid like getting the transfusions of blood with the infected needles and all that. Use the sterilized needles. And so this is it, some methods to assist in. Okay, now state true false with explanation. Abortion could happen spontaneously. Abortion could happen spontaneously too. False or true? I think it is false. Infertility or true, maybe. Infertility is defined as the inability to produce a viable offspring and is always due to abnormalities, defects in the female partner. It is so infertility is defined as the inability to produce a viable offspring and is always due to abnormalities, defects in female partner. No, it could be in the male, as male could have like the low sperm counts and okay, inability to unable to inseminate or ejaculate, right? So this statement is absolutely false. Now third thing is the complete lactation could help as a natural method of contraception. So complete lactation could help as a natural method of contraception. Yes, it is true, because the level of hormones during this period is quite low, so that cannot induce the ovulation, so no fertilization. Creating awareness about sex, so creating so creating awareness about sex related aspects is an effective method to improve reproductive health of the people. Yes, it is true. Now correct the following statement. Surgical methods of contraception prevent gamete formation. Surgical methods of contraception prevent, no, it does not prevent, but it prevent the transportation of the gamete from, okay, from vas deferens to seminal vesicle or something like that, to urethra. So all sexually transmitted diseases are completely curable? No, because exceptions are AIDS, hepatitis B, and genital warts. Now oral pills are very popular contraceptives among the rural women. Yes, it is. It has the progesterone or estrogen progesterone, okay, and Saheli is also a non-steroidal contraceptive, okay. So all sexually oral pills are very important. So in embryo transport technique, embryos are always transferred into the, no, it can be transferred to the fallopian tube based on the number of the blastomeres it has. Like if it is zygote or early, that is 8 blastomeres, then it could be transferred to the fallopian tube, not to the uterus. So this statement is false. So this is your chapter is done in here, the reproductive health.